Another winter was approaching, and Irene discovered that her old hat was completely stretched, and a new one was needed. Irene considered herself neither poor nor rich. There was enough money for a quick life. Her husband died 5 years earlier, and their children lived in another state. But spending had increased this month. She repaired the roof, and there was still a week before payday. It would have been possible to withdraw money from a credit card, but Irene did not like to live in debt. The woman counted the rest of the money and decided that she had enough for a hat. With these thoughts in mind, she went to the store. It was not far to walk, and so she made her way there. Along the way, she stumbled upon a small flea market where people sold various old knickknacks. Irene walked past one merchant and looked with interest at a variety of goods. Her eyes were drawn at an old woman who was selling a police cap and a holster for a pistol. Irene stayed a little longer next to her, and the elderly lady pleaded this with her. "Buy a cap," she said quietly. "I really need money for food." Irene was surprised and asked where the woman's cap came from and whether she would have problems selling it. "This is my son's cap. He died in the line of duty, and I would never sell it because it is as dear to me as his memory. But I need money." Irene took all the cash out of her pocket and realized that she would buy the hat a little later. She would just have to manage with another payday loan for money. She handed the money to the old lady, who, with tears in her eyes, replied that it was too much. "I give you money just like that, so don't sell this cap to anyone. I know how important the memory of loved ones are." The old woman burst into tears and persuaded Irene to take the old holster. Otherwise, she simply could not accept the money. The woman decided that she would give it to her grandson, who would be happy with such a gift. So a holster appeared on Irene's hanger, and the elderly lady continued to work in the old hat. A week later, something happened that made Irene thank the old woman and forget about how her tears were freezing. Irene woke up in the middle of the night to extraneous noise. She listened and realized that robbers had snuck into her house. The woman was frightened. She didn't know what to do if the robbers entered her. She stumbled around trying to find her phone, but realized she had left it in the kitchen. And when one of the robbers grabbed the door handle to Irene's room, the other stopped him. "Look, there is an empty police holster on the hanger," one of them was heard saying from the hallway. "So, what does that mean?" the second whispered. "If the holster is empty, then the gun is next to the owner. Here's what it means. I don't want to die today, so I'm leaving." The robbers left, and Irene thanked everyone, both God and the old woman. Now she knew for sure that goodness returned in multiple sizes. As you do a little good today, know that it will not go unnoticed, and in the future, remember that a small good deed will save you from great grief.